Well, welcome back to watching my channel. Today's a sad day for those of you that know me and know about a little bet that Moline Dan and I had that unfortunately I lost last Saturday. So this is the Saturday after. The bet was that I had to wear a very ugly t-shirt during one of my videos. And if you watch my videos, you know I generally don't like to be on camera, but to honor a bet, I'm going to have to do that. So again, I apologize, but yeah, it hurts. It hurts bad. I do, if you can see, the doors are all shut, so nobody can look in and see what's going on in here, but luckily you got me extra large so it can fit on over the Carhartts. But anyway, please bear with me. The only good yellow is the yellow on these tractors. The yellow that is in the shirt is not there, but I'm going to continue today to try to loosen up this front end. And one of the suggestions I got was to use a weed torch. So Oliver Phil let me borrow his weed torch. I'm going to try to get that front end really hot and see if it'll come free. That's kind of where I'm at on making it happen. This hurts, So we're gonna work on that and see if I can get that to go. I really would be happy if today I was able to do that. I'm probably gonna have trouble getting that to happen today because I got this on and it's probably gonna make me a little weaker than normal. I don't know. The other thing I'm gonna probably try to do is put this nice new shiny dash that Brian Ford brought up to me last weekend onto the 114 here. Get my rivets and put those in. Once that is on, then I can put my amp gauge in, I can put my choke, and I can really do a lot more work on this. So I got to get that mounted up. And I think my buddy Josh might stop by. He's going to get some of the bolts on his case. They use the same flanged bolts that Moline used on the bodywork, and he was needing some of those, and so he's going to stop by because I bought a bunch of them. I have a box around here. I got some new ones, and that's going to be it. I think the main thing though is going to be pounding on this. I've had a heck of a week of work. I've not been home hardly at all. I've basically come home in the evening, eaten, gone to bed, gotten up, gone back to work. I've gotten nothing accomplished around here, and next week I fly out for on an extended trip out of the country, so I'm going to try to at least get this accomplished. But I thought before I did that, since I'm going to be leaving the country and, you know, I can be further away from anybody that's really upset about this. Oh, this hurts. Hurts bad. Moline Dan, I really hope you're enjoying. This is painful. Okay, I'm gonna get set up and we're gonna start working on seeing what we can do with that thing.
Take a while to get this to heat up. It's obviously not near as hot as the oxy-acetylene torches, but I can get heat for longer out of this with the propane. get the bottom of that tube hot. The bottom of the tube, I think, is where all my rust is. So until I get that to expand, I'm not going to have any luck, I don't think. We had our Delaware County Antique Car Machinery Association Christmas dinner last night at Deer Dutchman Restaurant in Plain City. I was talking to one of the guys. He said, "Are you worried about getting that metal that hot?" Yeah, I'm not crazy about it, but I don't know how else to break this thing loose other than to do what I'm doing. I've talked to a lot of people. It seems like the way to do this is just to get it hot. Hopefully it expands just enough to let it twist. Had a really good time at the Christmas dinner. It's just good to see everybody. It's nice to get together, talk tractors, just hang out, catch up with everybody. Good group of people. During the prayer that they said before we ate, you know, it was brought up like in the crazy world that we live in, it's nice to be able to spend a few hours with good people where the craziness of the world that we live in doesn't really matter. So I do appreciate that, because in my day-to-day world, it's kind of crazy and it wears on me at times. Maybe when I'm beating on it. All right, I've heated it for about 20 minutes. We'll see what it does here. It's pretty hot. Nothing. Dang it. All right, I'm gonna put some more heat to it. All right, that's about 15 more minutes of heating. It's getting hot enough that what I had, the fluid in there is bubbling up through the slit in the top. So I know it's getting hot. Nothing.
I can hear it popping around inside. So it's definitely boiling up the fluid that I have in there, the acetone and ATF. I'm gonna put some more heat to it and hit it some more. I don't know what else to do. We'll be back after I heat it some more, I guess. All right, I have heated this thing for about total 35-40 minutes. If you can see in there, definitely getting some bubbles. So it's definitely gotten the inside hot. So it's hot all the way through. I have pounded on it more than I cared to. Nothing. I'm thinking I'll let it cool, maybe cool, and then heating it again will make a difference. Maybe I'll just move to the other side and work on the other side. I don't know how warm the other side is just by default. Yeah, I'm not feeling anything through my gloves, so this side's still relatively cool. So maybe I'll heat this side and see what happens. I don't know. It's kind of frustrating. Well, it's not kind of frustrating, it is frustrating. I did put a little bit more tension on the chain on the other side, hoping that that would help. So far, nothing. I think part of the problem is this stupid thing that I got on. Unfortunately, I'm getting it a little dirty, Dan. That's what happens in my shop. But anyway, I don't know, maybe I'll heat on this side for a while and just see, I don't know, heating, cooling, it's gotta make this thing budge at some point. It's the law of averages. Somebody's talked about putting ice water on it after I heated it, and I talked to other people that said the metal that they used on these, that might crack it. It's not like the best metal. I don't know. But I think I'm gonna start heating over here and see what happens. Oh yeah, before I forget, Nick Ohio MM, I guess went and saw Santa today. And I guess what he asked for from Santa was an A4T. So that's a smart kid right there. Therefore, the name Nick Ohio MM. Smart enough to ask for a good tractor. In fact, it's in the 50s today. So if this job frustrates me enough, I can foresee going out, firing up the A4T and driving it a little bit to make myself feel better. When all else fails, go drive something big with MM on it. I hope Moline Dan is enjoying this video because I'm showing my face much more than I like to just to get the shirt in. But I heated this side and beat on it. Josh came over and he beat on it a little bit with me and it got nothing. Sprayed some more penetrant in the cut up there. It's disappearing pretty quick. I think what I'm gonna do, it's still pretty warm. This isn't necessarily warm, but ooh, yeah, can't barely touch the top, which is what I want. I want the outside hotter than the inside. And I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna let it cool down, release tension on the chains when it's cooled down, and then smack it around a little bit, and then put the tension back on, and then heat it up again, and just back and forth, and just see if that will work. I don't know what else to do, but in the meantime, while this thing cools down, because it's going to take a little bit, I guess I'll work on my on the 114 and on the dash piece here. So got to find my rivets that go in there, and we'll put that piece on. All right, I found my my little studs that go in these. It's a kind of a knurled, I don't even know how to describe it, but rivet, kind of a rivet. But these go in these holes. I was able to punch these out and save them when I took the old one off. This is not going to be fun to put back on there without smashing a finger. I'm going to try to use my brass hammer. get it started at least. When Josh was here, just stopped by to get some of those bolts, like I said. But anyway, he saw this shirt and he's like, what in the heck are you doing? And I'm like, you don't even want to know. I didn't even think about it. He walked in and gave me a weird look. I'm going to lose my status in the neighborhood. I'm going to be disowned. How do I get this without smashing a finger? Got that one started. There's 6 of these that are on this piece. Hear shots outside. It's deer gun season here. In fact, Josh was getting ready. They're going to go drive the woods across the road here in a little bit. I told him if he needed help driving, yell at me, because all I'm going to be doing is sitting out here trying to figure out how to get that front end broke free. Of course, if I help him drive, maybe I can recruit some help to come back over here and swing the sledgehammer. I didn't think about that. Try not to mess anything up tapping these in. Sorry if I just blocked your view. That's it. It's tight. And then booger anything up. That's a heck of a brass hammer. I picked that up at the Wasion show last year when they were featured in Minneapolis, Moline. Some guy was selling them and relatively inexpensive. So now I need to put my amp meter in there. I can put my cables, my light switch, either my plug or a lighter, but I think that's I think this had a plug on it, and then I can put my steering wheel back on, and then we're moving in the right direction. So I'm gonna have to do this. It hurts, it hurts, it hurts. Still wearing the shirt, Dan. This is just a painful day. I'm gonna walk back over here and just see how stuff's cooling down. Yep, she's still pretty warm. So let it cool, and then, like I said, I think I'm gonna release the tension and then smack on it a little bit, readjust my tension, and heat her back up again. Or, I don't know. That's what I think I'm gonna try to do. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm just trying to do something. Obviously, if you watch me for any time at all, you know I'm not a mechanic in real life. So I'm just kind of trial and error, and I take people's suggestions and I give it a try. I've talked to people smarter than me, and that's definitely what this project is people smarter than me, like, try this, try this. So that's where we're at. Let this cool a little more. All right, so after I got the plate on, I got my amp meter in, and I got my choke and throttle cables in. So everything just kind of bolts in the back there. So that's pretty good. I released the tension on my chains over here on both sides. Still letting it cool down some. Then what I might do, just what the heck, see, reheat it, get it really hot, and then put tension on and then smack on it. But when it cools down, I'm gonna smack on it with no tension, then do that. I think if I keep going back and forth, it's gonna break loose one of these days. That's, oh, this is painful. Just doing this for you, Dan, so you can see this mess on my shirt. But I think one way or the other, it's gotta break free. So Eric's coming over, and he's got to get some stuff here, and I'm sure is going to make fun of this shirt. One of the things I wanted to do today, yes, I got to show the shirt. My battery died, by the way, there. But I want to bring the 955 back over the house. It's been next door at John's. It's about 50 today, so I figure if there was ever a time to do this, it's probably right now. Helps if I get the key. Stand by. All right, got the key. We will do the heater. Hold it here for a few seconds to help it warm up. It's the preheater in the air intake. Probably a little bit more heat. Yep, it's gonna get a little foggy. Might do it. Almost. Shirt I'm wearing because you can't see it because all the smoke. Of course, neighbor John would probably like to see me wearing this shirt because he happens to be, I believe, a graduate and fan of said university. Uh-oh. That was close on the exhaust there. You saw that? The weather strip was hanging down. All right, we'll let this sit here and warm up a minute while I close the barn back up, and then we'll take this back home. Looks like Josh, they said they were driving that woods. Looks like they're doing it because I can see two orange specks back there, but I'm gonna pull this down into the high range. The drive down the road here. Hopefully I get out of their way in case any deer pop out. This thing runs so nice. It's been sitting for a while, so tires are, yep, she's bouncing a little. Should have let Nick Ohio MM drive this. I think he'd like this tractor too, but he seems to be pretty well sold on the A4T. this thing just sit out here and run for a little bit because it's been a while since it's run. But I got good oil pressure, and this thing just is a nice running tractor. I like it a lot. I like the 950, kind of like them all. I mean, really, yeah, they're all my favorite. Here's what's gonna be ugly. I got to do this for Dan. This hurts. See, this is an ugly yellow. That's a beautiful yellow. Beautiful, completely ugly. Just to get that out of the way. When Eric shows up, he's gonna give me a lot of crap. I already know it. Oh, this hurts. So Eric took a picture of me in this shirt, and I was trying to cover it. I had my hand over it. He said it looked like I was pledging my allegiance. Just wrong, but anyway, he's seen the A4T, so we just fired it up, letting it warm up, so he can give it a drive down the driveway. So, but yeah, she belched a little. She was not happy about starting. And the 955. Checking, but yeah, she's got some heat in her now, so I'm gonna go ahead and shut her down. Eric's ready to take her for a drive here. All right, it's Sunday. I'm still in this terrible thing that I'm wearing because I got to finish this video wearing this terrible thing. But watched a video this morning after having no luck with this yesterday. The Harmless Farmer did a YouTube video. I thought, you know, how am I going to do this? I'm like, well, do what I'm asking people to do and kind of watch my videos to figure out how to do things or learn from my mistakes. So the Harmless Farmer, when he was making videos, made a video on freeing up the front end of a IH, like an 856 or something like that. So anyway, they were using a large pipe wrench. So I stopped at TSC today and picked up a large pipe wrench that will fit the front axle. I took it up to the counter and the lady's like, holy smokes. I said, yeah, I'm done playing around, and she just laughed. I don't have any pipes to give me a cheater that would fit, but I do have a 6-inch auger bit for the 3-point auger. It fits, so that gives me a little bit of leverage, and it's heavy, and it shouldn't bend because that's pretty thick steel. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just, the one thing I learned is when he did his, all right, battery died. So anyway, he had 2 torches going, 2 rosebuds going, and he had that thing, the whole tube glowing red, in order to break his loose. So I think I'm gonna have to get somebody with another set of torches over here. I'm just gonna play around today with using the weed torch and just heating up the metal real good, then hitting it with my torch and just seeing, and then pulling on the pipe wrench a little bit. I don't know why, my bottles are about empty on my oxy and acetylene. So I'm gonna have to get those refilled. So if I use up pretty much what's in there, then that's probably good. But anyway, that's my plan for today. I will say, and this is painful doing this again, I talked to Nick Ohio MM last night. We did a FaceTime call and I apologized for my attire during this video, and his response was, "Michigan sucks." I said, "You're a good kid." I knew I liked him for a reason. Nick Ohio MM, here's a shout out to you for having a good understanding of how bad this is. You know, the cheating sign stealers. I have to watch my signs in here the whole time I'm out here just to make sure that they're okay. All right, time to get to work. Well, that didn't work. Torches started and got it pretty hot on this side, switched to the other side, and then my torches started petering out. And yeah, it turns out I am out of both oxygen and acetylene. So, gave it a few whacks with the sledge, jumped up and down with my chest on the auger. Let me tell you how good that feels. But anyway, didn't budge. So, this is gonna have to sit. What I'm gonna do is let it cool. Then I'm gonna fill the tube up with my ATF acetone mixture and let it sit, because it's gonna be about 2 weeks before I can work on this again. So I'll be going out of town for a little bit, and then I got to get up and get my tanks filled up. So might as well let it soak and see if that does any good. So I guess what I'll do for the rest of today is I got the electric motor back on for the lift on this 114. Oliver Phil had it, and she was trying to save it, but it was unsavable. I can't find a replacement. I can't seem to find anybody that knows anything about a replacement. So it's just going to be, the electric lift is going to be ornamental for now, unless I can find a working motor, but at least I can put some of that back together. So I'm going to work on that a little bit. And then I need to go in the house and maybe pack a suitcase and prep some things to be gone. All right, well, I've got everything ready to go back on. I've got the electric lift over here with the motor back on it, the motor that was full of rust and everything. There's a rubber cover that goes over this, or plastic, I don't know. It didn't look too good. I put a coat of paint on it to make it look better, but it's drying, so I'm not going to get this done today. So I think I've done about all the damage I can do out here. I refilled the axle with acetone and ATF. I've got the tension still on both sides with the chains. I'm going to leave the breaker bar on there with my nice auger cheater bar. And yeah, so I guess this is the way it's going to set. Got my tanks over sitting by the door. My buddy Jim's going to help me get those filled, because the place is only open 7:30 to 5 Monday through Friday, and it's not real conducive to my full-time job. So I did get the 955 back in here last night. So sitting next to the 950, it's kind of a nice like big brother, little brother, something like that. And so yeah, I guess I appreciate everybody watching and liking and subscribing, and putting up with this. I know for my Ohio watchers, this is painful. I did get it a little dirty. I've been working, so sorry, Dan. But I've paid off my bet, my loss, until hopefully next year if we do this again. I'm not wearing this again, and you're wearing the Ohio State one. We'll see what happens with the whole cheating investigation. My signs are still here. We're good. So again, thanks for liking and subscribing. We'll see you in a couple weeks when I get back in town, and hopefully that's when we'll get some other torches over here, and I will show you success at narrowing up that front end, because it's going to eat on me for the next 2 weeks, and we'll just keep working on all the stuff around here.